Hello all. I am going to go over my books that I chose for the art element of line usage. And my first one is Harold and the Purple Crown. It's a really cute little book. It's by Crockett Johnson. It's a cute little book. And this book is really cool because, as you can see, it just uses one color besides just the black and white throughout the book, and the line element is the only thing in color. So in this book, the lines actually define the objects in the book as you continue to go through it. He starts off with just a few little lines, and then he's writing a D. And it's a cute little story, and it talks about the way he's drawing the line as he's doing it, such as he made a long straight path so he wouldn't get lost, and he set off on his walk, taking his big purple crown with him. But he didn't seem to be getting anywhere on the long straight path, so it defines the line that he drew. So he left the path for a shortcut across the field, and the moon, so they're defining the moon with that crescent-shaped lines, and the moon went with him. The shortcut led right to where Harold thought a forest ought to be. So he's using the purple crown to make lines and create a tree. And throughout the whole book, it's just the only color, as I stated before, is just the lines with that purple crown. And then the apples would be very tasty, Harold thought, when they got red. So he created the apples on there. So as the story goes, he's using these lines to develop the story. And the character in the story would be Harold. The setting is as he's walking along, going through the forest. He's developing a little monster, a little creature there. And as we learned from the video that we saw, of course, lines can go in many different directions, and this book definitely proves that. They're going horizontal, vertical, diagonal, they're curved, they're jagged, they're zigzag, all these nice loose lines. So this is a very, very cute book. And then the next book that I chose for lines is called Ish. And I love this book. The whole purpose of this book is, and it's by Peter Reynolds. And I love this book because it shows kids it's okay if they're not perfect. The whole point of this book is the character decides to paint or draw a picture of a vase. That is his goal from the beginning. And so says Raymond loves to draw. So he's right here, and they use very limited color in it also, which I think is cool because it definitely brings out the lines in the story. Each page only has a limited amount of color on it. There's that one. It's all black and white except for the yellow hues. And then this one, same with a little bit of pink and a little bit of the yellow hues on there too. And it says he loved to draw anytime, anything, and anywhere. And then he was wanting to draw a vase of flowers, and he was getting very frustrated because friends and family would lean over and watch him draw and ask him, "What is that?" And he was very frustrated that they couldn't tell it was a vase. And they would giggle and laugh, and he just kept going until he gave up. And again, limited color on that page, but it definitely brings out the lines, the different lines, makes those stand out. And then his sister Marisol came into the picture and said, "Well, hey, it looks vase-ish," after looking at one of his photos. And he kind of thought, I can draw a lot of things that look ish. So it kind of gave him the ability to be okay with what he was drawing, even though it didn't look exactly like the subject he was trying to look at and draw. If it looked similar, he's happy. And so again, he started to draw. And he realizes he kind of likes to be ish. So it says he felt light and energized. Thinking Ishley had allowed his ideas to flow freely, and I think that is awesome. Encouraging kids to do things where they don't have to be perfect, because no two kids are alike, and I think the differences in kids is so awesome to be able to see. When you have one specific vase like this and you have 23 different kids drawing it and no two are alike, I think that's just cool. It said he began to draw what he felt, loose lines, quickly springing out without worry. So it allowed him to be free and draw whatever came into his heart and his mind. So it said, once again, he drew the world around him. And I like this, tree-ish, house-ish, boat-ish. So this was a very, very cool book. And I'm definitely going to be reading this to my kids soon. So those were my two line books. So thanks very much.